Greetings everyone. Ah crap, he's got the welder out again. Ah dear. Well, this time it's for a good cause. We are fitting washers to put the indicators on. Good. Bike is pretty good. It's changed a bit since you last saw it. I mean, it's not really changed much, apart from it's just now the other side. But the wiring, wowee, the wiring. I really overdid it on the wiring. So this thing, I can actually show you now because I've got the battery on. Well, sort of. We have got parking lights. Is that parking light? Oh no, that's parking lights. And we can remove the key lock. How cool is that? Wowee! And we can drop the key too. Well, time has progressed. It's dark outside now. But I've got a seat. Wow! And I've got rear indicators too. Look at those. Look how cool they look. Yeah. Nice. I'm also having a go at wiring an alarm in the bike too, but it's one of those stupid cheap Chinese alarms where they've got that remote start and crap on it that I don't really want. They also have this feature, which I did want, to shut the engine off, to make it so the system is immobilised. However, it uses this crazy, if you Google this, the pink and the grey wires on a Chinese bike alarm. They don't go to ground like you expect them to when the bike is locked. And then, you know, it's just horrible thing. So I'm going to be taking that off, I think, and looking for a different alarm for it, because that's just naff. Tried a testing lamp and all sorts to see if it needed a load on it, but that's a 5-watt load. But no, nothing at all. I'm going to scratch my tank. Whoops. It's a bit of a shame, but it's nice that this paint is so easy to repair. The seat tips forward to have access to, well, anything you want it down there, really. I still haven't put my fuel tap on yet because I put my, hang on, where is it? It's in my pocket. I'm going to take it in the house to clean it. My strainer, I don't know how that's coming out on the camera, but stupid focus. See how it's dirty, got all bits in it. I took it out, dropped it on the floor, and that was it. Absolutely covered in crap. All the filings of things. Mostly it's all stainless steel filings on the floor because it's from filing down washers and bolts. Because every bolt I'm putting on this is, well, it's either a 10mm or, well, pretty much every bolt on this is a 10mm. And I just have an abundance of 10mm stainless steel bolts. These nice ones got a little slot cut into them, so if you want you can use them as a screwdriver and unscrew them. But everything's held together with stainless steel bolts on this, which is nice. It's good. Got my parking lights working great. They now using a relay. The parking lights, when you turn them off and turn the lights on, so when you turn the ignition off and put it into parking lights mode, you could turn the ignition on by switching the side lights on, which was nice. So you could have just stole the bike. I have disabled that feature by adding a relay. So the relay only comes on with the ignition, and then it means that you can have your headlights on and everything running off the relay rather than the switch. Switching the power, it just switches the power to the relay now. Whatever it works, I'm not fussed. My indicators, they were fun to wire up. I should really put it on, shouldn't I? Huh. Okay, that's the battery connected. It's a knackered battery. It's a nice lithium battery, but it's one I got from work for scrap. Unfortunately, it's a dead battery. Unfortunately, it will charge up, but not all the way, and the battery life isn't much. It has a bit of power, but it's not enough to kick the engine over. So yeah, I've got main power. You can see how many volts is in that battery, not many at all. But it's enough for testing purposes. So I've got parking lights, take the key out, parking lights front and rear, nice. And the cool thing is with the parking lights is the dashboard lights don't turn on, and if I turn my lights on, nothing happens. There is no ignition live. Good, which is what we want. If I put my key in, take it off that, put it to ignition, I can now turn my lights on, and all my lights light up. I've been a bit naughty, these are LEDs, but I can't fit the LED into that one because it's a smaller aperture, if that makes sense, smaller diameter. So it's just got a normal incandescent in there. But that's my side lights on, which is good. I have, turn my side lights off because of the poor battery. I've got indicators too. Check that out. Isn't that cool? Yay, indicators. And that was that thing from the previous video. The little timer circuit that I built. And yes, I have wired it in so it's got a buzzer on it. I'll just turn them off because it's a bit annoying. But yeah, if you remember, I was using the 5x5 timer circuit to make it so the indicators flash at a staggered rate. So they don't just flash and come on at the same time, they turn off at the same time, and the time differences are all the same. You could see there the indicators stayed on for longer than they turned off. Now, that indicator flash pattern is just within the tolerances of what an indicator needs to be. Now, this is a moped, don't forget, and mopeds do get away with a lot of stuff. So, yes, I'm pretty sure that I will get away with those indicators flashing at that slightly different rate. It looks old-fashioned, and that's what we're aiming for. Yeah, what else? That's about it. Well, the seat's on, as you can see. That's on and pretty good. Rectifier is now wired in. I have got the engine stop, so now the engine will stop when I turn the key off, which is wired into a little relay. All in here somewhere. This mess, I know where everything goes, which is great. I don't. I've just labelled everything. A lot of this stuff is unlabelled, shall we say, but it's all service things. What else? There's a relay in here, look. Anything that's an earth, I've not had it shielded, so any spade connector you see in here which is not insulated is an earth. Push that back in again. That was a temporary earth. I just jammed a cable in there for temporary for ground. Yeah, everything is good. I think we've got some cables that are just not connected. This is the stand cable because I've wired it in so that when, I don't know where the buzzers are. The buzzer's here being used as the alarm sounder because the original alarm sounder was just too loud. That thing's quite quiet. In fact, I can show you the alarm. It does actually work. Oh, the alarm sounder stopped working. But if we go look at the indicators, there you go. It does work, which is in the unlock. However, I'm taking that out because it sucks. Doesn't work how I wanted it to work. Yeah, we'll turn the key off. Save what little bit of power was left in that battery. What else have I got here? What's that to? Oh, that's to the brake. This side, the brake light switch. Let me have a look. Oh, is it to the brake light switch? Yes, it is to the brake light switch. That's to the horn because the horn is now wired in and working, switched through the horn button, which is how it should be. It's unplugged right now, but when it comes time I will plug that in. I need to wrap a little bit of a... Oh no, wait, that is not the horn. That isn't the horn. That is the brake light switch. Sorry. That's the horn. That's the horn. So we'll poke that one down there and bring that one up here. There. Now we're good. It uses smaller spade terminals, the switch does, so I wouldn't have been able to plug that into the horn anyway. That's the horn. That's coming from the switch, and that is an ignition live feed. I made it an ignition live feed. I could swap it to a constant live, but it's just a pain in the ass if someone comes along and goes, oh, what does this button do? And they find out that the horn works. They'll be playing around with it while the while the bike's just stood there. But yes, I've put it to an ignition live. So yeah, all is good. We've got different relays. I think that's out of a Toyota. I think what one is it? Yeah, Toyota relay. We've got a Fiat relay in here, and we've got a Kia relay in here as well somewhere. It's a right mix of relays. All relays needed to be 5-pin as well, because I needed that central 5th pin. The naturally closed pin, which is the pin I wanted. That was for the engine stop, so you ground the CDI to make the CDI stop producing a spark. You basically ground the signal which comes from the flywheel going to the CDI. You just ground that and break that signal so it can't get a spark. Well, it can't get the timing right for the spark. And that is now done on a relay, so when you turn the key on, there's like 3 relays in the front here that turn on and off. There's a big main power relay in the back, which is a bit over ridiculous. It could have done with just being a small relay, but screw it. Everything now is done through the amp meter, which is cool. However, I don't know how it's going to work when I mean, I can't test it because all the batteries I've got are knackered. But if I try and crank it now, that poor battery. It's not even registering on the oh, there you go. It's just coming up again. Poor battery. And the voltage will slowly creep back up again. Oh, that poor battery. That's definitely a dead lithium, that is. Like I say, I've bought a new one, exactly the same battery. This battery looks like it's from 2004. It looks like it's ancient. It's what I can make out on the date stamp. No, that's not right, is it? That ain't 94, because there's no such thing as the 91st week of 2004. I don't know. Other than that, that's the only form of stamp I found on this battery, so I don't know what age it is. It'll say it's got 2 segments on it, because that's what it always says. I've had this thing that low that it won't even turn on, and the battery life indicator tells me there's 2 segments left on the battery. And I've had it on charge for a while. I've even done it a nuke charge, as I like to call them, to finish it off, so to speak. I should have videoed that actually, but nothing happened. As you can see, the battery still lives. And I chucked it on the engine start function, which chucks about 16 volts into them, and it specifically says somewhere on it, do not charge at more than 15 volts. And I was like, oh, I wonder what happens if we charge at more than 15 volts. And if that fails, I think we'll send this battery off by chucking it on the 24 volt charger and see what happens if we put about 28 volts through it. Should be fun, shouldn't it? See if we can get flames. It might happen. It's a pretty dead battery and there's nothing much you can do with it. But anyhow, I don't even think you can take it anywhere to recycle it. I do love how it gives you a high voltage warning on it. It's that high voltage I can put my 2 fingers across it and I could lick my 2 fingers, wet fingers, and nothing. So high voltage. And don't say it's because the battery's flat, because I would do that with a brand new battery as well. It makes me laugh when people say that these things are deadly because they've got voltage in them. And it's like, yeah, it's low voltage. Okay then, I think that's about it. I'm going to go in now. I'm hungry and I want to watch my TV episodes. Currently watching Earth Final Conflict, is it? Never watched it before. Sci-fi. Same guy that made Star Trek. So I'm going to be watching that. I'm just about finished season 1, which took a bit of getting into. But we'll see. Anyway, that'll do. And I'll see you on the next one. It's coming together slowly. I'm hoping when I get the new battery I can get this thing to start up. I've never heard the engine run yet, so it'd be nice to actually do that. It would be definitely nice to hear it start. Oh, I've added more earth cables to it as well. That's the original earth I had, which I thought was the thing stopping the engine from starting. And then I added another earth to it, and I've added an earth here to the battery box and into the battery onto a nut, and there's an earth there going into a bolt on the clocks, that one there. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.